Very good morning, dear children. Today we will continue with chapter 9, Environmental Management. Many waste materials are generated through the various daily human activities. This waste is called as solid waste. Solid waste is a very serious problem. Why? Because it causes environmental degradation, which means that the environment gets affected because it causes soil pollution, air pollution, water pollution, because of which the human habitat gets affected. The solid waste that is generated in the main metro cities of the state like Mumbai is 5,000 ton, Pune is 1,700 ton, Nagpur is 900 ton. We also know that on 26th of July 2005, there was a serious flood calamity which Mumbai had faced. And the main reason, one of the main reason for that flood or for that calamity was that the solid waste was not properly disposed of, or the solid waste had accumulated, because of which it led to flood. There are different types of waste. They are first domestic waste. This contains waste food, paper, plastic paper, fruit skins, glass, sheet materials, etc. Industrial waste. This consists of chemicals, pigments, sludge, ash, metals, which are all those materials which are generated in industries. Hazardous waste. The word hazardous also means poisonous. So the chemicals which are generated in the industries where they use radioactive materials, that waste is called as hazardous waste. Farm or garden waste. This consists of leaves, flowers, branches of the tree, crop residues, animal urine and dung, various chemicals, fertilizers which were used on the farm. All this is farm or garden waste. Electronic waste. All the non-functional cell phones, TV sets, computers, their parts, etc. is electronic waste. Biomedical waste. These are the waste which are generated in clinics, hospitals, blood banks, laboratories, which contains bandages, dressings, needles, gloves, medicines, bottles, test tubes, etc. Urban waste. This is the waste which normally is generated in household industries and other commercial and industrial establishments. They contain construction waste, carry bags, metal pieces, rods, rubber, cans, etc. Radioactive waste. This is different from the hazardous waste. That is, in hazardous waste, it was the waste generated in industries which use radioactive substances. Radioactive waste is the radioactive substance itself. That means this is a waste which contains uranium, strontium, barium, etc. It has the radioactive substance itself, which is generated in atomic research centers or atomic energy plants or nuclear weapon testing sites, etc. Mining waste. This contains lead, arsenic, cadmium, etc., which are heavy metals which remain after mining. If in case these waste which we just now learnt, if these waste are not disposed properly, they can prove to be harmful. How? They are responsible for air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution. It may be the reason for acid rain. It may cause flood, just now as we saw an example. It is harmful because if it remains for a long period of time, it may also make the amount of microorganisms increase in the environment, harmful microorganisms. If the harmful microorganisms increase in the environment, then it also causes sickness and diseases. We also know that these are also responsible for affecting the biodiversity. Waste can be divided into two parts. biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Biodegradable, which is also called as the wet waste, is the waste which can be degraded by microbes. Whereas non-biodegradable waste, which is also called as the dry waste, is that which cannot be degraded. So, when such waste accumulates in the environment, we need to find out various ways or various techniques or methods by which they can be disposed of properly, because of which it may not prove to be harmful to the environment. This can be done by solid waste management. Why is solid waste management so important? First of all, it prevents pollution if you are managing the waste properly, because of which the environment becomes clean and healthy. You will be able to produce fertilizers or compost from the waste which is generated, and you'll be able to maintain an environmental balance. Waste management basically involves separation and categorization of waste. It is not just important that you separate the waste into wet waste and dry waste, but it is also very important that you categorize them. That is, you separate them based on their nature. Paper goes into the paper bin, glass into glass bin, plastic into plastic bin, and metal into metal bin. Okay, so separating them into wet and dry does not only end the process, but you need to further categorize them into their types as paper, glass, plastic, and metal. Second method of waste management is composting. That is where you add the waste into soil, and the waste which is degradable, that waste you add it in the soil, the organisms in the soil will break the waste down and will add up minerals into the soil. This soil can later be used as compost for agricultural land. Safe landfill sites. What exactly is landfill? Landfill means a pit is dug in a land which is far away from residential areas. A pit or a hole is dug, and in that the waste which is collected from the households, that is added into the pit, and it is covered up by layers of soil. What happens in this is the microbes in the soil will help to degrade or to decompose the waste, and after few days or few months the entire land will be made up of good amount of compost. This compost can later be transported to the necessary places, and in the same land the same process can be repeated again, where again the pit can be dug and again waste can be added into that. So we are not sacrificing on any land, but that land is becoming more and more fertile. So that is one way of degrading of managing the waste. Vermicomposting. Vermicomposting is where earthworms are purposefully added into the soil, where the waste that is present in the soil will be eaten up or consumed by the earthworm, and the waste that is produced from the earthworm makes the soil more fertile. That is called vermicomposting, where a compost is made with the help of earthworms. Pyrolysis. Pyrolysis is where the waste is burnt at very high temperature, and whatever comes out from the pyrolysis or whatever remains come out, that can be used for energy production or as fuel also. Incineration. Incineration and pyrolysis are the same, where the waste is burnt at high temperature. But incineration is normally used for biomedical waste. That is, the waste that is generated from hospitals, clinics, laboratories. We know that these waste will contain pathogens, or they will have harmful microorganisms. So we cannot use any other method for managing the biomedical waste, it is important that we incinerate it, that is, we heat it or we burn it at high temperature. Because of the high temperature, the microorganisms present in the biomedical waste will get killed and the waste can be disposed after that in a safe place. So the waste becomes safe after that. There are 7 principles which need to be followed for waste management. This will not only help us to reduce the waste, but it will also help in reducing the pollution. What are those? We look at it one by one. First is reuse. After certain materials are used, it can again be reused for various other purposes. Like we know that old saris or bed sheets or curtains, they can be used to make cloth bags. Okay. Second is refuse. We need to refuse to use the articles which are non-degradable, like refusing to use thermocol or refusing to use plastic. So instead of using plastic bag, we can use the cloth bag. So that is refuse. Third is recycle. We need to recycle materials like paper and glass, because of which the waste in the environment can be reduced. Rethink. We have to rethink about the materials which we are using and what type of waste they are generating on a daily purposes. So our habits and activities have to be rethinked. Reduce. We need to reduce or restrict the use which we are doing. We need to avoid the use of tissue paper and prefer to use handkerchief. We need to use up the old materials. We can share one thing among many, and we need to avoid the use of use and throw type of materials. We should use rechargeable batteries instead of using lead batteries. Research. We need to conduct research on how certain materials can be reused. It is actually shocking to know that America is one of the largest producer of electricity, and they do that from the solid waste. Japan has developed the projects of production of thread, paper and other materials from banana peel. And that was possible because they have researched on certain topics. Last is regulation and public awareness. We need to follow certain laws and rules which have been kept by the government to avoid or to manage the solid waste. We need to implement various programs of solid waste management, and we should also educate others and encourage the family and the society to follow certain rules and regulations so that the waste that is generated can be reduced. So this is solid waste management. I hope this is clear, and whatever was explained in this can also be followed so that the waste that is generated on a daily basis can be reduced. Thank you.